Mr. President, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to represent a country, Hungary, which is super sensitive of and committed to upholding fundamental human rights based on our geography, history, and us being Christians. May I just mention concerns of ours on these three areas. First, on our geography. Hungary is located at the European entrance of the most busy land migratory route leading to the European Union. Our southern border has been under invasion basically in the last 10 years by millions of illegal migrants who behaved in a very aggressive way, attacked our police and border guards on continued occasions. Therefore, I think it's very important to clarify what is to be considered a human right and what should not be. We have to make it very clear that violating the border between two peaceful countries is not a human right. But having a safe and secure life at home is a very fundamental human right. So we should not protect those who violate the human rights, but should protect human rights themselves. Therefore, we have to double our efforts to eliminate the root causes of illegal migration and have to make sure that everybody on this earth will have the right to have a safe and secure life at his or her home. Second aspect, Mr. President, our history. As a consequence of history in Central Europe, which is rather complicated and challenging, obviously, the borders of our nation and our country do not coincide. Therefore, we are super sensitive on upholding the rights of national minorities, which should never be considered as a bilateral issue, but as an issue of international law. And we unfortunately have very bad experience in this regard. In our eastern neighbor country, the rights of the Hungarian national minority have been violated continuously for the last 10 years. The rights of the Hungarians to use their native language there on the field of education, culture, media and public administration have been seriously violated. And regardless all the goodwill approach of ours, regardless all continued attempts for the last 10 years, no forward progress has been reached and these rights have not been given back, which will definitely influence Hungary's position when it comes to the issue of the European integration of our eastern neighbor country, Ukraine. Third, us being Christians, Mr. President. We are a proud country having a Christian statehood for more than 1,000 years now. Therefore, we do feel a special responsibility for all the Christian communities all around the world, especially those who are under persecution and danger. And unfortunately, we have to say that Christianity is now being the most persecuted religion on earth. 380 million brothers and sisters of ours are under persecution. Only last year, 4,500 Christians were killed for their beliefs. Mr. President, this is 13 Christian people killed on a daily average. And there were 7,000 Christian institutions, churches and others who have been under attack. And we consider this totally unacceptable and equally unacceptable that we are not speaking about that. Therefore, the Hungarian government has launched a program, Hungary Helps, under the framework of which multiple tens of millions of dollars have been given to Christian communities from Syria to Lebanon, all around the world, where they are in need. And finally, Mr. President, let me just emphasize for a minute about the elephant in the room. Unfortunately, two friends of ours, United States and Israel, decided to leave the Human Rights Council. We should not neglect that, but we should look at the reasons. And what we have experienced in the last years during the work of the Human Rights Council was that on many occasions, judging, lecturing and stigmatization have replaced mutual respect. And mutual respect should return to the work of this Council in order to keep this Council important in the future as well. We should decrease the level of influence of those NGOs which are trying to put influence on our decisions based on their biased and unbalanced opinion. And we have to make very clear that it is the governments which are representing their countries and societies because they are elected by their people. NGOs are not representing societies. They might represent particular interest groups, but definitely not societies. So I do urge ourselves, in order to maintain the importance of this Council, by bringing back mutual respect and lowering the level of influence of NGOs during our work. The time of political strategies based on interference into domestic issues of other countries are over, based on the decisions of the new American president, which we consider as good news. And we do hope that the Human Rights Council will return to the basis of mutual respect and will regain its importance in the future. You can count on us in this hard work, definitely, Mr. President. Thank you so much for your kind attention.